Lovely morning to everyone. This is pre-market outlook discussion for the final day in this week, the 14th of August 2026. We can directly move through our analysis through the way of reviewing the Nifty's behavior, through the way of displaying the Nifty chart. Can discuss more about till the yesterday's one. Based on that, the upcoming week's one also can be done. We'll be sharing the chart now. Thank you. So hope you all can clearly understand that the point what the rectangular box we have drawn and explained through the way of forecasting the behavior of Nifty for these sessions that has been ended till yesterday. The first time it has broken important key date. Low was happened on 12th of August, but it has managed to close above that important date's low point. So that was an attempt to get escaped from the selling attractions. But the yesterday's one, if you take, particularly in the way of closing below the 4th August low. So that's the point one should note as a primary one. The 4th August low below the first time it has closed means that was yesterday. The close was, so the 24,400 below it has closed in yesterday's move. But anyhow, this close will not have the continuous effect as long as it is trading in between the first attempt when it has taken to break. That is the core one should be noted and acted accordingly, because the first one as a break happened even though it has not closed was on the 12th of August. That low has not yet been attempted or breached out till yesterday's close. So based on that, one can understand that between these two zones or two dates, high and low, particularly if you want to clearly have an idea, the high and low of 12th August will be determining the trend for the day today, and which may be getting an attempt of bouncing. Even though the bounces and are happening, one should not have a trust on that kind of bounce, because that may be easily get turned out or get attracted by the volume of selling side, as long as the trend is getting a decisive break above this 24,473, and even the break itself not enough, a close also required to get a confirmation on a strong manner. So based on that, around 70 to 80 points of upside momentum with a decisive manner, and on daily close basis also at least one single day close is required to confirm the trend. Based on the close above this 12th August one, we can see the stop activities or the reduction in selling spree can be seen thereafter. Once you see the Nifty closes above this 12th August high means there onwards it may be trying to consolidate with this manner in a sideways manner, or otherwise it may be trying to bounce sharply towards this particular rectangle box's high. But the probability will be with a consolidation manner, it may be reaching the height of the or the high zone of the rectangle box. So in that manner, one can approach the markets. If it is in case the chances is 50-50 held by Nifty or Nifty's behavior, we can say in case if it breaks the low of 12th August 1. We can see the attempts will be continue towards, because the single day of close already witnesses during yesterday's one. In case if it closes as per our concept, continuous to close whichever the time frame we are discussing, particularly the larger time frame like a daily, if the close happens consecutively means that will be the great signal for the trend continuation where the confirmation is being generated. If it is so, once you are seeing that today's close happening below the 4th August low, that was 24/4/27 as a second day or second day in a row, you can see the trend will be trying to move towards this 24,000 zone to fill this gap which has been already demonstrated. So in that manner, one can see, wait and watch whether the breakdown or the bouncing attempts through that bounce, the breakout and close and all happening or not. While it is giving a break down means just a break also considered to be a signal, but for an upside confirmation, not only a break and close above 12th candle's high is required, then only you can get the confirmation for the further consolidation along with the stoppage in the downside attempts. This is only the confirmation you can have. Otherwise, the consolidation continuing towards making an attempt to reach the high of this rectangular candle, that is the high of 3rd August 1, 24,774. So that's it for the Nifty's analyzations. In terms of behavior, we have observed, and based on that, we have forecasted for the upcoming sessions, including today's one. So all the things have been discussed. So that can be clearly observed and make your trading decisions strategically along with the levels, behavior outcomes we have discussed. So that's it. We can now move to the part of other kind of discussion in the pre-market. Based on the phrase we have mentioned that the downtrend meets the key date support, of course, consolidation may follow. Because the second consecutive day of close is required to be happened, then only we can get a confirmation. So until then, today's one will be a consolidative movements that can be seen between 12th August high and low. As long as it is trading in between 12th August high and low, it should be very closely and carefully watched out and approached the market, particularly for those who are approaching F&O trades. The muted start yet again happening on benchmark indices of India, even though there are mixed trends for the global markets we have seen. After opening, so as per our description, the probability will be very high for the consolidation or range bound activities within the thin range of 24,250 to 24,450. Between this range, one can apply both sell on rise near to the 24,450 or 500, buy on dips near to the 24,250 or 200, which will be helping traders to achieve some moderate gains. In case if you are seeing the Nifty is getting a break out of 24,450, don't jump and build the positions on the long side, because it may not be having a chance to continue, because we are predicting the follow through actions on buying, even on the selling side, may not be having as per the recent behavioral outcomes. So it would be better to take the chance, the further extension of the upside above the level of 24,450 as a first range we have mentioned for the day, that can be utilized for reducing your long positions by the way of booking profits or otherwise start building the shorts there onwards. Because the 24,600, 24,700 and are therefore resisting the up move for the Nifty. So which may not be treated as a buying confirmation, that can be treated as a selling or profit booking zone. Vice versa for downside, in case if you are seeing the Nifty is breaking down and trading below 24,250 means there is the zone one can start thinking of building a long positions anywhere between 24,250 to 200 for the day. In case if it happens, you can see that 24,300 would be immediately resisting within that 50 to 100 points of up move. The up move attempts and all will be easily get trapped by the way of attracting the selling, because the 24,300 is the high of 8th July as a key date that has been proved by resisting, by giving a breakout. Through that breakout, made the movement on the upside with a huge manner. In all the way, it has proved. So the 24,300, as long as resisting the market, there also we are not suggesting the traders to build long. While it is retracing back to 24,200 or even 100, where you can start thinking of building long position on the positional basis. For that, you can get a chance of 200 points to 300 points between 24,000 to 24,300 to gain. So it also should be noted, once the 24,300 below, Nifty is trying to hold at least for 1 hour, that also a signal for the further downward trend towards 24,100, 24,000 levels like. So in both way, we have discussed the strategies, but it has not given a clue for building aggressive longs. So it is not advisable to build any aggressive longs, particularly on F&O trades. Even though if you are a risk appetite trader, we are not advising you to take an aggressive actions on building long. By utilizing the positional trade setups with the levels we have provided, where you can think of building aggressive long positions, not for the day. So that's it for the Nifty strategical discussions we can have. From the positional aspect, it is very simple, since we kept mentioning this particular thing on daily basis. That is what? The 24,700 on a consecutive 2 sessions close required to get a confirmation of 1,500 to 2,000 points of upside rally. Until then, we can see any chances of struggling around the 24,700 would be a short build upside, and the 24,000 now become an interim and psychological support. Between 24,000 and 23,700, one can think of the bouncing activities, recovering activities on the Nifty can be seen like. There you can utilize and deploy your capital for the upside momentum towards 24,700. So that's the thing for positional trade setups. On the sectors front, one can see the different sectors. Today it has been listed here, like defense. After many long days, the defense have been taken place in the sectors analysis. Then public sector enterprises, this also. Then real estate oriented stocks, the attempt were being taken to bouncing back during yesterday's session would be expected to continue for the day also. IT, which may be having a surprise breakout, but for that it has to at least sustain above yesterday's high. If it's so, the sustainability above yesterday's high will be helping the IT index to break the recent swings high even with 1 to 2% of up movement. That may be happening today. If not, it may be trying to close the week on a flat manner, and it may try to reattempt in the upcoming week. Then metal as a sector which has dominated through the way of profit booking and selling attraction, that may be continued to be attracting selling even in today's, particularly the aluminium and steel oriented stocks. FMCG, that also can be in high focus, since the FMCG large cap oriented and mid cap oriented stocks are attracting some buy. Along with it, you can concentrate on the result and the news based stocks. We have listed here that stocks with Tata Motors commercial vehicles go 80% of profit sinking because of the one time loss. Max Financial Services is the next one. Solar Industries, Jubilant Foodworks, Amber Enterprises, Indraprastha Gas, Honasa Consumer, Wellspun Living. This Honasa Consumer and Wellspun Living have announced their results with a huge spike in the profit that can be focused well for the even positional setup. Then the final one is Indigo Paints. Today's results-oriented companies can be focused. That includes Ashok Leyland, Alchem Laboratories, NMDC Tube Investments of India, Bharat Dynamics, Voltas, Cochin Shipyard, Cholamandalam Financial Holdings, PTC Industries, Wellrise Industries are the companies announcing their June and quarter. Ensure a firm stop loss strategy on all transactions without fail. Now we can see the queries which have been fallen. Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Ravi sir, for your encouraging feedback. Well explained, sir, like you have provided. Ashok Leyland stock target for long term. If you are a long term trader or a long term investor, it's not a trader. So if you are a long term investor, you can keep focusing on Ashok Leyland since it is leading in terms of commercial vehicles EV section. Also, the current projects based on the orders the company received also going to be implemented for the next 1 to 2 years consecutively at least. So based on these projections on the order book side as well as the company's expansion in terms of business segments, you can keep investing on Ashok Leyland. And for that, the prices and all what the current valuation is telling means the Ashok Leyland price as of now having an expensive based on the short to medium term perspective. So in this manner, one can see the Ashok Leyland may be consolidating with a mild profit booking based downside now and then. So that may be leading the stock to consolidate anywhere between 220 to 200. So in case if it happens, 220 to 100. So that is the major thing. So in case if it is keep happening for the upcoming sessions, only after 220 breakout and close, you can consider the Ashok Leyland is getting a new room for moving further high. Until then, one can keep holding the positions already built and utilize any downward trend in case towards 150, 130 and all if happens. It is not signaled yet now, but in case if you are seeing even a 10% fall from the current 177 close price, you can utilize that. It will be a great and a lucky chance for those who want to build the long or accumulate further. So it is double tick for Ashok Leyland for building long positions on long-term basis. In case, as per the prediction, once it breaks about 220, the target will be over 300 for the long term, which may be discussed later. So the next suggestion based feedback here, the advise me how to learn technical as per your analysis. So as I'm keen learn technical analysis, thank you. So for that, we can actually gather who are all having interest towards making analyzations in the manner of behavioral research. So that behavioral research is unique and totally different from the defined technical tools who are all using or plotting. So that is totally a different one. That's why we are mentioning it as a unique and the highly powerful and well advanced manner of predictions can be made through this behavioral research. So once you are keep insisting about these kind of things by many participators who want to make these things and all to be learned, we can conduct particular sessions based on that. So we'll be waiting like your interest. If you are many are actually showing interest, you can send your interest to the customer care mail, and based on the mails we are garnering, we'll be attempting to conduct a special session on it. So that's it from today's pre-market outlook oriented discussion. So we are ending the week with almost a safer zone than Nifty and Sensex and all still holding. The positivity has not totally eroded. Any bounces and all should be treated as a chance of reducing the long positions or creating the fresh short positions, provided the Nifty is trading between 12th August high and low. So make use of the strategies we have clearly discussed that will be helping you to approach the market really a valuable one that and all. So make use of it. So thanks a lot for your participation and your valuable feedbacks along with the suggestions, demands you have raised. We will be seeing the mails based on the demand raised by the for the technical session based on behavioral research. And once we garnered a decent number of registration requests, we'll be start conducting this. So wish everyone to have a prosperous day today. Thank you. Bye-bye.